Welcome in, everybody, to Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet. We got Tuukka, Rask, Patrice, Bergeron, myself, Andrew Raycroft. We are back on the Jordan's Furniture couch. Casey Hudson's over on the desk. She is running the news for us. She's running socials. Please reach out to her. Hashtag NESN Views. Well, fellas, our seventh and final Unobstructed Views. What started as a pipe dream in the summer at the golf tournament has turned into a 2-3-1 record. I don't know if that's quite ideal, but we have an opportunity to get to 500 here.
Yes.
Poke ourselves at that 500 mark, but how's things going?
Great.
Where are we at?
Well, first of all, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a pleasure to be with both you guys on this couch. And but let's be honest, a pretty big shakeup since our last meeting here on the couch. And, you know, surrounding the Bruins right now, the locker room, I'm sure there's a lot of distractions. So I'm curious to see how the guys will react going forward and how they can, you know, obviously fight for their job, but also, you know, regroup as a unit.
Tukes, we let Bergie down with the green. I couldn't find a green article clothing in my clothing. Like brutal. I always forget to ask for something at Christmas. I made a note today, just something like a green golf shirt or something to wear on these days. Yeah. To Bergie's point, big shakeup, lots of action. We did a show just 11 days ago, and it's basically a different team. How do you integrate everybody? How do you build culture and build the end of this season for going forward?
Yeah, I think that's what these guys need to do. Forget about the standings. Like, I know you're still chasing the playoff spot, but have something to build for the future and like really try to get together as a group and moving forward.
Casey, do we have any questions right out of the gate here? Do we have time to do that? Can we get a couple in while we get moving here?
Yes, we absolutely have time. Plenty of good questions flooding in. The first one that I think we should touch on is the rebuild shorter than it looks. These new players are mixing in well, that being Kuznetsov and, of course, Middlestat. But I'm going to throw it back to you, Razor. How do you think that the rebuild is going?
Oh, I think it's going to be quick. I think with the salary cap going up, with Boston being a place where all NHL players want to play, or 98% of them, you can flip this around very, very quickly. Not to mention Jeremy Swayman, Charlie McAvoy, Hampus Lindholm, David Pastrnak. These guys are ready to win again next season. Of course, this year's been just a wild, different year for them, but no question in my mind that this is going to get turned around real quick.
I guess the next one should purposely go to Bergie. Do you think the team still has the leadership it needs to make a playoff push, or is it?
All right, Casey, hold that one. We're going to go back. We got to get a break in before puck drop. We'll be right back. Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet. Next. We are back, folks. We're at the whiteboard here. Unobstructed Views presented by Coors Banquet. Fellas, we haven't really nailed the stars this season. Kind of like our record. I think Bergie had it once, but we have another opportunity. It's always another day, Bergie. Who do you got tonight?
As much as it pains me, I see Brad right there. I almost grabbed him. But I'm going to go with a new acquisition. He also played for the Sabres. Casey Middlestad. He had a great. He's fitting in well so far on the power play and also 5-on-5.
I'm going with another former Buffalo Sabre as well, a new acquisition. Henry Jokiharju is going to score a goal from the back end on his old teammates.
A Finn.
The Finn.
This guy also has fitted very well in the new system, but I picked him completely out of his name because his name is harder to spell than mine. It's Marat Kustundinov.
That was well done.
That's why we let you go last, to really think about Marat Kustundinov.
Yep. Hope he doesn't
He's buzzing.
touch the
So
puck today.
we gotta nail a star. We gotta nail a win.
Yes, we need that win. We definitely need
As Todd Angeli cranks out the national anthem, Jonas Korpisalo, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for the Buffalo Sabres. We got lots of Finnish ties tonight,
couple of
Toops.
Finns, going head-to-head in the goal, too. That always means that it should be a low-scoring game.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Corpy is 6-2-2 at home. He's been a real bright spot coming in this year. He's done everything.
He deserved a win in that Carolina game.
Oh,
too.
did he ever?
Totally.
He was great, yeah.
He was fantastic. Nice to get a home start as a backup goalie every once in a while, especially before going out on the road. Casey, we cut you off prior to the national anthem, to the last commercial. Let's crank out a couple more questions. Hashtag NESN Views, everybody. Send those questions in on social. Casey will get them to us.
Of course. All right, we'll circle back around to where I was trying to get to. Bergie, do you think the team still has the leadership it needs to make a playoff push?
Yes, 100%. Some guys that have been around, some guys that went to the Cup Finals in 19. Obviously, Pasta, McAvoy. There's a lot of guys that have been there. So I have no worry about the experience in the locker room and the character as well.
All right. I'm going to throw a fun one in the mix before the game gets going for real. Since it's St. Paddy's Day, is everyone a corned beef or cabbage fan? Have either of you tried corned beef or cabbage?
I have.
I love corned beef. Not so much cabbage, but corned beef's good.
Okay.
Me too. Corned beef, I love. Or don't love, manage. Cabbage, not a chance. Can't.
Not a chance.
I'm good with both. Yeah, I don't mind both.
You're Irish, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I have to say,
Necessary. You do.
We'll move with that one. I actually grew up on corned beef and cabbage. I think I told you guys in the green room. My grandmother is from Kerry, Ireland.
And you're rocking the green better than all of us. Not even close. You get those boots. Those boots.
We'll try to get the boots going during Unobstructed Views eventually. Razor, got to ask you this one. Is David Pastrnak him? You know the new slang, him.
I don't know the answer to this, but I know where you're coming from on the him. I hear my kids say it all the time about themselves, so,
So what
it's
is it?
probably
Is it
not a good
God?
thing.
Like what's
you're like a big deal, right?
That dude. Yeah, like that dude.
You're the dude. You're the.
I'm
you're
so
him.
out of the loop. I don't.
Yeah.
He's like,
So he is him.
sure.
Yes. If that's a good thing. Honestly, if the Bruins can go on a run, found a way in the playoffs, I'm putting David Pastrnak at the top of the ballot for the MVP. It's like he's been that good and that important.
It's been impressive
to these guys.
Yeah, I agree.
It sounds about right. I'd say all caps, he's him, but I'm still on the cusp of whether or not I'm cool enough to say that stuff.
Yeah, I'm way too old to be like using that stuff.
He's a him. Use it in a sentence throughout the rest of the night. All right, the next one. Can Bergie become head coach, have Tukes, Razor as goalie coaches, and Z as the defense coach? Bergie, I'll let you lead with this lineup.
I personally have way too much on my plate right now. Although, I have a good record with my 9-year-old and my 6-year-old hockey team, but no, I'm just joking.
What's the hardest thing about coaching kids?
Just try to get them to listen, the first 5 minutes, as soon as you put pucks on the ice, it's, forget about it. It's chaos. So, yeah, just try to have fun with them.
It's go, go, go. All right, let's see what else we got for you guys. Favorite regular season memory? Tuukka, I'll throw this one to you.
Favorite regular season memory? Oh, my goodness. There's so many good ones. I think those outdoor games that we played those are kind of the ones that stick out, I think. Especially the first one at Fenway. It was pretty cool.
I like that one. All right, Bergeron, come back to you. Who do you think the Bruins target during the offseason?
Oh, now you're a general manager too, coach and GM and player.
All the
Reg
hats.
Dunlop.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like right now, it's as Razor said, it's a retool. It can be a quick turnaround. So are they going to go after like the big names of the free agency, or are they going to try to add a few pieces here and there and go from there? So I think it's a matter of what direction they want to take and how long they want to do this retool for.
So to that, and I've thought about this as we get about 2.5 minutes in, pretty good pace up and down the ice, no whistles, so we're keeping it moving. That's good job by Jonas, real good job. With those guys coming in and with it being a real retool, so everybody's situation's a little bit different. Like Casey Middlestat, he's signed for 3 years. He wants to be a second-line center, has been a second-line center. So he's auditioning for who he wants to play with next season. The team's watching him. What kind of a free agent, what kind of player within the organization will line up well with this player, with Casey Middlestat in the middle of the ice? Husnudinov is a restricted free agent at the end of the year, so he's playing to stay in the league, to create himself an opportunity getting traded. And so that, I think it's really important for everyone to really understand how much is at stake for all of these guys and for the team and the organization over these 14 games to really know what you have in different kind of players for not just personal reasons but organizational reasons. And you guys have had a bunch of guys in a lineup. A lot of times it was to go on a run, but those were still decisions, and you guys were sizing up different teammates that were coming into a cultured locker room at the end of season saying, does this guy fit, does he not fit?
Yeah. Now they just got thrown in there, just like, hey, you guys go figure it out. So, like I said before the game, I think, because you were looking at it as like, we're going to make the playoffs. Then it's kind of like got away from them, so you trade all these guys, and now, I mean, you still have a chance to make the playoffs, but like you said, these guys are fighting for their jobs, and also like within the team trying to, hey, we have what it takes to kind of be that.
To stay.
Yeah. And from that point of view, create that chemistry within themselves and line mates.
Yeah, I think they're going to use that, like, whatever's left of games to, like, kind of see who fits where, what are our needs, over the off season and go from there. But I think you're right. Like, there's 100% no one should feel safe.
Yeah.
Everyone should be like, okay, it needs to be my A game at all times, every game. And, and I think it's great. It's great to have that, that accountability, but also that kind of urgency and make guys understand that this is, everyone's pretty much, everyone is not safe, basically.
No, and again, I was in this kind of a situation where, again, you're close, like you're never out of it. Listen, there's nobody out on the ice right now, either team, even the Buffalo Sabres, that are thinking anything but winning this game and winning every shift, and that's just the way it is. But beyond that, you hear guys kind of get annoyed with that narrative that, well, what are you guys playing for now? But there's always something. There's always. There is never a minute that you're in the National Hockey League, whether you're winning 65 games a year or you're winning 6, that you're not playing for something and someone's watching you and evaluating and it's very ultra competitive in this sport.
But that's the hard part, is like a lot of times, you're playing against teams. Sometimes you're even that team who's kind of like way out of the playoffs early on, right? So what they did, they have individual skill, but they don't necessarily have the team, right?
Yeah.
And now with the Bruins, like, you're still in it. You're actually still in it.
You are.
And like now you're like, okay, you want to showcase that you want to stay and be worth the trust, but you also have to like play within the rules of the.
100%. The only way for you to stay and and make yourself accountable is to play the right way and play the Bruins culture. Like that's the only way of staying. Of course,
that was a little too easy.
There's too much room in the middle of the ice. Everyone's going to Tage Thompson, of course. That one-timer's
that box got open way.
A scary proposition, but way too much room there.
Spread out there,
even there, it's too big, too spread out, right?
I don't mind that.
Oh,
They're
Lauko
playing
doesn't
spread.
come back here, right?
I would say that for Patrick Brown, like when he went up, he went maybe a little too high.
Yeah,
Okay.
too high.
And then
You gotta just hold the top of the circles there to be able to reach back.
It seemed like that's kind of what they want to do. Want to stretch you out so that they use the bumper.
Yeah.
But
I
they're,
think we
they're
always
playing
had that.
spread on that one, so it's
Yeah.
a harder play. So you have to collapse a little bit more when you're playing spread.
You work from inside to out and
Yeah.
always come back.
Give them the point shot. Give them the outside.
That's the thing. When you're on PK, you got to realize they have one more guy. They're gonna get shot. It doesn't matter where they're gonna.
Hey, that's
Someone's
what I tell
gonna
my
score.
kids. That's what I tell the kids. We're 5, they're 4. So
They're
you
gonna
should
get
always
shot.
win someone.
Someone is open. And the reason I talk about, like, when you get at people want to know and just way too much. Great shot by Krebs,
Yeah.
but too much time.
You're right. Louts could have come back and helped as well. You're right.
He
Weak
kind of
side
gets
forward.
stuck over on that weak side.
Yeah.
When people ask the question, well, who can they bring in next year? You're not. They don't know. No one's going to know that for another 14 games minimum. Even if
yes.
you had to, even if you're able to pick whoever you wanted to and didn't. Oh no.
I think it's also like how those the new guys fitting in.
Yeah.
Is this the answer? Is it not? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of questions to be answered, and those games are going to be huge for them, for management to be like, okay, this is the right direction, or it's not, and we have to kind of like make a few adjustments.
Yeah.
That line's been good though, huh? Throughout the
No matter what.
yes.
No
it's
matter
been
what, they've
incredible to
been.
see. Pasta's been amazing.
Pasta had 2 shifts in the first period the other night. Was like, and you notice it too because Kucherov's on the ice.
Yeah.
And there is similarities,
Similar, yes.
right? Like in how talented they are. And David Kuch did it down at one end, and then David had a shift where he
My
did a
turn.
couple of the same. Yeah, it was impressive. Just so much
I
talent.
think people don't realize.
And he's been physical.
He has.
Extra
Pasta has-
physical.
he has
Right.
been, yeah.
Extra physical lately.
He really took it upon himself.
He
you know,
has.
like-
And also, how good of a playmaker he is. I think people always talk about his goal scoring, but he sees the ice extremely well.
Yeah.
He's
smart
shown
with
that this year more than
Yes.
that I remember.
Those seam passes with Geeky a lot.
Yeah, it feels like this year he's taken on that leadership to try and make everybody better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's made a point to make to get everybody else.
Well, because he's so good and respected that he can suck in 2 guys at him.
Yeah.
You know, and then he probably like through experience he realizes that like I'm gonna be covered. Like I better use it to our team's advantage.
Yeah.
And kind of like suck him in and make the pass. And
Yeah.
it's been fun to watch. Maybe Kretsch's been talking to him or something. he was pretty good at that too.
I wonder what Kretsch is up to tonight.
Oh,
Well,
God.
I know he's not watching
Give
us.
Kretsch a call. He's
we
definitely
should.
watching.
Get him
He's
on in the third.
definitely not.
Get him on Zoom.
Monday night games. It's different, right? Like it doesn't make
some
any
reason
sense.
it is.
Doesn't make sense, but it's a weird night to be playing NHL hockey games for everybody's body, their schedule, the whole thing.
Yeah. The only saving grace I think is the St. Patty's Day. The crowd is like into it.
Yeah. They've had a full day.
They've had a good
full
afternoon.
couple days
Yeah.
probably. Knowing Boston.
The fun ones are the marathon Monday games.
Oh,
Oh, those ones
the
are
people
great.
come from the Red Sox.
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
Bruins.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The best.
Would you guys agree that line's been pretty good? Seems like they're creating a lot.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Lauko and my
With
guy.
your boy and-
Say it. Your boy. My boy.
No, I've been like, I like.
They
what
brought
they're
good energy.
bringing. Yeah.
They have speed.
Yeah, Lauko can. I mean, I remember him from previous years, but he can motor, right? He can.
Yeah, exactly. No, they've been good. Maybe minus that second period against Tampa.
Yeah,
everybody.
everybody's forgot about that
Yeah,
one.
We can forget about that one. Just to raise it. That's kind of what the message is after a period like that, though. It's like, all right, it's just.
Bruins get their
Whoa,
first
whoa.
shot. We get
like
a little
it.
action.
There you go. Look at
We
this.
got a helmet flying.
Cliffy.
Oh,
Who are you kidding, Cliffy? You ain't doing it.
lots of smiles in there. All right, Bruins get their first shot. They're down 1-0. We're going to go to break. Unobstructed Views, Coors Banquet. All right, we are back here at Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet. The Boston Bruins are down 1-0 to the Buffalo Sabres. A power play goal by Krebs gets them on the board early in the game. But most importantly, here in the studio, here on the Jordan's Furniture couch, we have world champion, Olympic gold medalist Gigi Marvin joining us. Thank you for saving us. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for bringing some intelligence to the couches out here. How's everything going?
It's good. It's good to be here, guys. It's fun listening to you guys chat, tell some stories, share your insight on the team.
Well, you've got to bring more insight and more stories for us.
Yes. You can take this as a tryout, too, for next year.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Some ringers for your team next
No
year.
one's safe. No one is safe. Like, none of us are safe. None of us are safe in any way whatsoever. You're back. You're here in Boston. You're doing lots of Fleet games. You're doing Bruins games. How has your transition into post-hockey career been?
Yeah, retiring. It's weird.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
It's weird, but it's been like a joy so far. I went to school for broadcasting a while ago. So it's been fun to get involved with the Bruins and then the Fleet. I played with the Fleet last year, and I think I was telling you guys, it is so weird going from only knowing their nicknames to all of a sudden having to call them by their real names in a game. Yeah. And I'll like blank on it. I'll be like, Didge, Leaners. And I can imagine people at home being like, who is Leaners? Like, when it's Alina Mueller, one of the best players in the world, and I can't think her last name because you only call them by the nicknames, right? Like, how weird is it if you guys were to think of one player where you're like, I don't even know his real name. I have no idea what their first name is.
I wouldn't survive a period, but that's the thing. It's like everything happens so quickly, too, so you probably get caught, like, overthinking, like, what did I just say? And then the play is already gone. And, like, I'd be in the blender. Yes.
Well, what's funny is I actually got chirped by a fellow Finn. Okay. I pronounced, literally, Susanna Tapani. Tapani, thank you.
Yeah.
We only called her Tap. So in my mind, it's Tapani. Yeah. Well, her mom emailed me and was like,
oh no, the mom's out. Oh no, the mom.
Like, you're doing great, but this is not how you pronounce my daughter's name.
Oh my God, I love it.
That is awesome. That is
like,
so
I'm
good.
so sorry.
Yeah.
I glazed over the fact the Bruins aren't a power play here. Cliffy Hockey got the extra.
You got the extra on that? There you go.
So what do you got? Pasta's on that side.
Yeah, he's done it in the last few power plays. But that's what, to go back on the playmaking.
Yeah.
Oh, you got another.
Nice. Isn't that
no.
High stick, what happened?
Yeah, there's Cliffy there. So he didn't get the extra. Now he's getting the extra.
What
5
are we
on
doing
3.
here, guys?
What is going on out here? Gigi, how the Fleet doing? Give us your analysis of the Fleet.
They're tearing it up right now.
Yeah.
They kind of started off a little bit shaky, but have been doing so well. It's so fun to watch them succeed and crush it. And they just won 5-2 up in Ottawa. They have a home game tomorrow against the #1 team, and they're second in the standings. And it's just so fun. Last year, I think we were like hanging around the 5th, 6th spot, and these guys have just like accelerated and come together at the right time.
Yeah.
You know,
It's kind of similar as last year, right? Where the start was a little slow, and then eventually they got better, and then obviously went all the way to the finals. Losing the last game. But that being said, like it was pretty impressive to see the growth of the team last year, and it seems like it's similar this year, and they're hitting the ground running now after the break and doing great. So it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, it's incredible. And Erin Frankel, she's their goaltender, and she's playing lights out.
Yes.
Like
She's so good.
I don't even know what to say
so
at this
good.
point.
Yeah, she's
I'm like,
amazing.
Erin, you have to think of new words and phrases to be able to define her athleticism and her clutch play. And then of course Hillary Knight, she's a
had a great
legendary
year.
goal scorer, and it was so challenging last year, like with the new league and just all the pressure. I mean, as a captain, and you guys know, just like playing in front of the Boston fans, you demand excellence, right? And so it's just so cool to see Hillary Knight be able to like really succeed and find her passion or find her niche and put the puck in the net. She's second in the league in scoring.
Wow.
Like,
great.
it's just awesome.
It's
it
also
must have
it
been
wasn't
Bruins could use her right now.
Yeah.
5-on-3 here.
Yeah.
It's not
But it's
easy
set
though
up.
to come back and like make a team, start from scratch, start from nothing, and making a chemistry and making sure you find a culture. Last year was a lot on Hillary and all the other leaders' shoulders
Right.
to kind of get that rolling and going as well. So
That's what I was going to say. It's like, because everything was so new last year, right? Everybody was just like thrown in there together. And then I remember talking to Danielle
Yeah, we had
One of-
Danielle. Yeah.
for one of the first episodes, and she was mentioning how the team kind of like felt like, they had it, but it was just like a little short, and they came back this year like determined to finish the job. And sounds like they're doing pretty good.
Absolutely, yeah, it's crazy. And even thinking about this team, the last game I covered, so many players, it's such a different team, right?
Yeah.
You guys touched on it, and how to be able to gel so quickly, and you got to get to know each other's tendencies, much less their
Yeah.
names, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to
Yeah.
get first name basis with these new faces that maybe you haven't seen or hung out with before. And so the chemistry is a real thing. Like it doesn't happen overnight. You got to work at it and develop it. And hopefully the Bruins will be able to like string a couple good games together and develop that chemistry like you guys were talking about for a playoff run.
Yeah, and like what helps with that is winning, right?
Does.
You win games. That's why I was very surprised to kind of see when they won the first couple, right?
Yeah.
Played really good, and
Yeah.
then the Ottawa game was a little let down. They fought back, but then
Yeah, the other night was much more of a. So, well, again, because you lose, but it's the way they got smoked the other night.
But that's kind of how the season has been, right?
Well,
They show glimpses of
yeah,
greatness, and then it's just
it's hard to be consistent, right? That's what the good teams do, good players do.
So, JJ, tell me your thoughts on women's hockey over the last 20 years. You've been around for a long time, and the growth, and it's been personally, I thought it's been awesome to watch and to see. But from your perspective, maybe.
Yeah, it's been interesting because I grew up playing with boys. Like my brother was a little bit younger, and I grew up just playing with the boys. And now I have a niece who's on an all-girls team. Like it's odd for her to go out and skate with her brother, whereas for me it was just so normal. And I'd call up like the neighborhood boys, being like, "Guys, you want to go skate?" Whereas now there's just all-girls teams, and it's so cool to see. And you see the development at the NCAA level. I mean, the talent is off the charts. And then you add in this league that is just insane, selling out markets all over, like NHL rinks, Edmonton, Seattle, Calgary. Oh, here we go.
Two big boys.
Yeah,
who's it from Buffalo?
Greenway.
Greenway?
Greenway.
Dorov
Yeah.
and Greenway.
He had a big hit on Thompson. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that weight.
Ooh.
Oh, did he catch
job.
one?
That should get the St. Patty's Day crowd excited.
Yeah.
Bruins coming off a failed 5-on-3.
That's
That
kinda
will
what
get
you wanna
everybody's.
see, right?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
absolutely.
Keep
Down 1-0,
scrapping,
like-
keep going, keep battling. especially for Zadorov, but both guys. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back with Gigi here on the Jordan's Furniture Couch after this. Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet, is back. We've got Tuukka, Patrice, we got Gigi Martin in the house for us, hanging out. We just saw that fight by Zadorov. Gigi, we're talking about playing with the boys. I keep getting pinged on the fights that you had with TJ Oshie back in the day. A good golfer buddy of ours, too.
Yes.
Play a little golf with TJ in the summer. Tell us about that.
Yeah, what is that
and
all
again,
about?
just finishing your story of growing up playing with the boys.
Yeah, he is a sick golfer.
He is.
Must have a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came. We were at like a summer hockey camp in Warroad, Minnesota, our hometown. You know, we're uber competitive people, so I'm not going to back down. He's not going to back down, and we just, we didn't drop the gloves. We were, locker boxing.
Oh,
basically.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Was this like
even better.
8 years old or like 15?
Oh no, we were probably 10.
Okay. So
Just a little in between, so it's all right. That happens.
yeah.
Funny.
But yeah, no, it's crazy. It's so fun, like being able to skate and compete with him. Obviously, super talented guy, still playing, or hopefully we'll be able to get back after terrible injuries. But growing up, I mean, I saw those shootout moves in 2014 Sochi every single day. It seemed like in Warren, Minnesota, and so I felt like I was in high school. Like how often do you get two kids out of a graduating class of 113?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
At the same Olympics for the same sport, wearing the same country's
insane.
colors. Like it was.
Oh, your town must have been going nuts. Like, that's such a cool thing for the community.
Yeah, it was weird. Like I remember sitting at in the village, which you guys know the experience. You're just sitting at the cafeteria enjoying all the different people and countries, their different colors
McDonald's.
represented. McDonald's, yes.
That is
We know
so
where
odd. The first
Tuukka
time I
was.
walked into the village, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Free McDonald's.
Yeah, free McDonald's every day. This is great. I'm moving in.
Yeah, you're sitting there eating your McDonald's like Olympic champions do.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I hear TJ walk by and he goes, "See you, G's, we're going to the rink." And he's walking with David Backus, and I'm just like, what am I in high school again?
Like a high school cafeteria.
It was so odd and unreal, but it was such a blessing to be able to experience that together with him and his family too.
That's great. But to touch on like Bergie was asking, to see how the women's game has grown.
Oh, what a play! There we
Look
go.
at that.
What a
Back on the
play.
board. They're
What poise, too, huh?
this top line, like we talked about,
know.
to compete.
They find each other.
By the way, we just didn't want to take him again.
I know. We've been leaning on these guys all year.
A little bit.
Second effort, right? It's just their ability to hunt pucks. Man, they should have got us those hats to have. Everyone's got hats. We should have been.
We can blame the production on that.
Yes, 100%.
Bryson broke his stick too. So
Yeah.
no stick.
This is where it affected right there.
Oh,
Great
Look at
play
that.
by
Both
Keith.
of them.
Oh,
Look at
2 no
that.
sticks.
My God.
Oh, that's unlucky.
That's all we need. Well, I guess, hey, we deserve that because, like,
Yeah.
last game we did.
Oh,
You're
no,
right.
Some hops too by Zacha before he puts the puck in the net.
Nice vision.
Wow, I was right. By
Yeah,
Kiki.
but, like, so it used to be U.S.-Canada was all the time. I mean, still is to a certain extent. But you think it's going to, the international game's going to get more competitive too because of this new league?
Absolutely, and we've seen the influx of Europeans come in, and not just come in, but like dominate.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the Finns, their defense, and then Czechia also. They have outstanding players on Ottawa. I think they have 3 alone on their national team in Ottawa, and so it's so fun to watch. You see the competitiveness drive other nations.
Yeah.
Because you're right, it's U.S. Canada, and it's a guaranteed almost a gold medal game. It feels, and that's, I mean, the fans love it, but it's really nice when you have parity. And the
Yeah.
women's
Yeah.
game is finally starting to see that.
I think it's going to make the game better, and it's going to make it more marketable too in international events for sure.
What's your favorite moment? Is it the Olympic gold medal? Is there something that trumped that's just a little more personal for you? One of the world championships, your first? What's your
question.
highlight?
I think actually my highlight and something that I'm probably most proud of with my teammates is in 2017 we did a boycott of USA Hockey for the betterment of women and girls and how they're treated and the support that is being given. And so I think, I mean, that extends, like that'll affect my niece
Right.
and so and like your guys' kids, you know, kids that I meet on the street forever, you know.
Yeah,
An
it's
Olympic
beyond
gold medal
just-
is incredible. Like that would be second for sure. And
Yeah.
I mean, I was inspired watching other people win a gold medal, just like you guys probably were seeing the Stanley Cup being raised. But there's something about the fact that equality is being able to be provided where my niece isn't looked differently than my nephew. Because I was looked at differently than my brother, even though we were basically the same age, got about the same skill, talent level, same dream to play college hockey and professional hockey. But
What a move, sorry to
man,
interrupt.
yeah, no, you're good.
Gigi, you might have to stay for the rest of the
Yeah,
This is
Gigi's hired. Gigi's hired.
That's
Morgan.
good tryout so
Geeky.
far.
I know.
Yes.
It's pressure on us now.
We haven't had 2 goals in a minute all
I
season.
know.
Wow, what a back-to-back shifts for this guy. Right off the bench.
Great patience too, kind of.
Yeah.
Guy
Wow,
gets his
what a
stick.
feed.
That was a great pass.
Nice.
Great
And
play.
Oh, I love it.
sell that.
Tukes, Pekka bid on that, but the D-man's got his
He
stick
would- I
in
think he
there,
would've
huh?
shot it
Yeah,
if he didn't get the stick, yeah.
didn't get whacked. A lot of times as a goalie, you just want that. You don't want a D anywhere near him. It's better having somebody
Yeah.
on your own without any variables in there. I think he got messed up by that defenseman back checking.
So you're saying not the back check? From that?
No, I mean,
Yeah, don't back
I
check.
was trying to tell you
Either
all
way,
the
we're
time,
gonna
like,
blame
when
you
you
guys.
do it.
Either way, we're blaming somebody.
Exactly. I had him. Just this guy started back checking.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't think I ever used that. I should have. That would have been awesome. That guy backchecked too hard.
What's this guy doing? Trying to help me out?
All right, now you get the lead, you get the crowd going. You need a couple big shifts here.
Did the Fleet play one game at BU or somewhere?
Yeah, the
recently?
Fleet played
They-
Montreal. They lost in overtime to Montreal at Aganis Arena. But, I mean, it was nice to be in the city. It was just a different venue, allowed different
Yeah.
fans to come
Yeah.
out and see it because they support the team so well at the Tsongas Center in Lowell. And so it was nice to just be in a different venue and have more people in the city, I guess,
Yeah.
to be able to attend a game. Yeah, it was really cool.
Back at the Aganis on 26th, as I get in my ear.
Yeah.
March
Yeah, they're at
26th,
two
back at
games,
the
that's right.
Aganis.
Oh,
You're
nice.
right.
Yeah.
How many games do they
Next
have left
week.
in the regular season?
I think only 7.
7, yeah.
There's the Worlds are coming up,
There's
right?
a 3-week break, yeah, with
Oh, okay.
the World Championships, and like April 3rd to 24th, something like that. So it's.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And then the playoffs after that.
And then, yeah, so I want to say there's 4 games before Worlds, and then there's like 2 games after Worlds, and then it's playoffs. It's an interesting breakup.
Yeah.
What's the percentage of the girls that will be in the World Championships? Is it obviously almost everybody,
yeah.
right?
So the U.S. just announced their roster. 16 of the players are all PWHL players.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen yet if Canada has announced it yet, but I would assume at least 16 or if not more are PWHL players.
Got it. All right, Bruins. Big comeback there. Morgan Geekie, Pavel Zacha. 2 big back-to-back shifts. Bruins take a 2-1 lead. We're in our last break here in the first period. We are back. Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet, the official beer of the Boston Bruins. Tuukka, Patrice, and myself here on the couch. We have Gigi, Marvin, and Casey. I know the people want to hear from Gigi. Give her some questions. Put her on the hot seat.
I was about to say, I apologize in advance, Gigi. I mean, asked to toss you to the hot seat. You've been a part of 2 of the best hockey markets, Minnesota, Massachusetts. They always go neck and neck. Which one's either the best market, or I'll give you. I know.
Don't mean to put you in a hot seat.
There you go, but
I
here
didn't
you
choose
go.
this. I'll give you a small out, though, because we're friends. Which one's the best one, or what's a difference between the 2 hockey markets? Massachusetts.
I would say Massachusetts is unafraid to be blunt as possible. There's a little bit more of a kindness to the comments in Minnesota, but both phenomenal hockey fans. It's like awesome. You can tell that they understand the game. Like they'll come up to you and give you spot on comment. I'm not gonna lie. One time in Minnesota, I've always been blonde, but I dyed my hair brunette for some reason. Some guy comes up to me in the autograph line, is like, it's halfway through the season, goes, Gigi, I think you got to dye your hair back to blonde because you scored more goals as a blonde. I'm like,
Keeping track of your stats.
That's great.
So maybe we'll have to go with the Boston fans or have the edge because no one's came up to me and told me I got to change my hair color because of how many goals I'm scoring. But.
That's awesome.
It's like Krejci and his white tape, black tape theory.
Did he oscillate back and forth?
No, he hates white tape.
Yeah.
Anyone who has white tape, he said everyone who has white tape has to change to black, and they might start scoring. Essentially,
He's like, pretty much that's why they weren't scoring.
Yeah, didn't we say something like, oh, this guy's had a tough go or something? Yeah, because he's wearing white tape. He's
White
wearing
tape.
He sucks. All right.
Another good shift right there. Good chance.
Yeah, they battled through this period.
Gotta follow up
5-on-3 was not ideal. Usually you lose momentum, but they found momentum after that, coming off and not scoring on it.
Hey, I was watching something that they sold out the. Is it still Excel Center? What is it?
Yeah.
The high school.
Center.
high school games.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Is that
Nuts,
like,
too.
isn't it always like that though?
It
Like high
is.
school hockey in Minnesota is like
It's
the craziest thing ever, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's so fun. Imagine being like anywhere from 15 to 18-year-old
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
and you're playing in front of an NHL rink, and it's completely sold out.
yeah.
I mean, and you're playing with your childhood best buds.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like a random school that you go to and get to know them. You know their family. You play baseball with them, football with them, and I mean, they're your neighborhood buddies growing up, and so it's just such a cool, special experience for them to have that memory.
That, in a sense, it's almost better than like they have Bean Pot here and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those college kids
Yeah.
get to play in front of sold out, but like high school is like
Oh, it was so
Yeah.
much better.
the kids you grew up with. That's gonna be so cool. Well, you win that, you gotta be so
Oh,
cocky and
yeah.
you're in the NHL.
Cruising the locker,
Yeah. Oh,
cruising the hallways on Monday.
Do you come back to school on Monday?
I don't think I would have quit.
Definitely not doing homework.
Yeah, exempt from homework for a while.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. It distorts you.
He's back. in the
Casey,
game.
what do you got for us?
Actually, I'm just going to build off of that conversation. Superstitions. Gigi, did you have a superstition when you played?
She would dye her hair.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would always be a blonde. That was mine.
Just dyeing your hair.
No, I never had like an intense superstition. I always loved being in the soccer group. So if I didn't play soccer, that was usually not a good thing.
Okay.
But
that's
I
a
loved
habit.
kicking the ball around before games.
That one works. Bergie, did you have any? Or an intermission ritual? I've heard about guys having to change their socks and stuff during intermission.
Yeah, I would actually change completely, pretty much. I would gear down completely and take a shower sometimes in between period, just to get like a cold tub or get some cold water on me, get myself going. So that was kind of like my thing to.
That was pretty impressive
into a
how
cold
quickly
tub.
you could do that.
That's
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, you must be
It's a good
fast.
turnaround.
Oh my
It's a
god.
good turnaround.
A lot of years of experience of getting dressed and undressed.
I feel like it'd be hard for the goalies, but did Razor or Tuukka, either of you have any
Yeah.
rituals?
No, I didn't take, yeah, you get your uppers half off, and then it was basically the same. The gloves would go in the same place in the locker room, down in front, the helmet, and, get them all dried. New shirt, dry that. New jersey, a lot of times I'd put a new jersey and they'd dry it. So I loved all my stuff, not wet.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like routine or habit, but just like dry the gloves,
Yeah,
get your upper body off, and try to get your heart rate down.
relax a little bit.
Yeah, try to cool off a bit.
Yeah,
right? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, because sometimes some of these buildings, like, you
Yeah.
take your helmet
You're
off and
overheating
you're
a bit.
steaming.
You're smoking.
And like I would wear like the compression stuff, so like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
just keeps everything inside, and you like
Yeah.
it's like a sauna in there. Had to get that in.
Gotta love those.
Almost, David again.
I know.
Crashed in the net,
the
just
end
like a
first.
hard-working. Oh,
Don't take it.
no way.
Let it play.
They got away with one there, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Good first, good hockey.
Great
huh?
first.
Way to come
Great
back
job
for
by the
Bruins.
top line. Again, continue to lead, continue to push pace, these guys. Morgan Geekie, 2 points. Boston Bruins up 2-1. This would have been a heck of an effort. Oh, he almost got on like the third
Yeah,
attempt.
close.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So good. Not many guys in the world can do that. Sway, no hat tonight. Backup goalie, no hat like Tukes. I like that.
Change something.
I like switch it up. All right, we'll be back after the intermission. 2-1 Boston Bruins. Thanks, Gigi.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome back in for the second period here at Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet, the official partner of the Boston Bruins. Tuukka Rask, Patrice Bergeron, myself, Andrew Raycroft. We got Casey Hudson over on the desk. Hit her up at hashtag NESN Views. We had Gigi Marvin come in the first period. Really appreciate her and her Minnesota insights at Boston Fleet and doing all her work with the Boston Bruins. And now I should say, our guest here for the second period is Liam Hendriks, all the way from Florida, telling us all about the heat down there. Liam, thank you so much for joining us. We had Papelbon on last weekend, but we've stepped up our game with you coming on tonight, so appreciate it.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Pat, that's for sure. He's got some energy.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, big shoes to fill. He was interesting, to say the least. So we were just chatting off camera as the Bruins start up here in the second period. Expectations for the season. You guys get cranking in about 10 days from now.
Yeah, we're pumped. Obviously, we made some big moves this year, getting guys like Crochet, Walker Bueller, Justin Wilson, Aroldis Chapman, and adding in Bregman there at the end. And yeah, it's a pretty exciting group, especially adding those veteran guys that have won championships before. And they bring that winning culture, especially a guy like Bregman, who has been in the playoffs every single year of his career. So I'm excited to have him on my team for once, because he absolutely owns me, which is fantastic to have him on our side. And can't wait to get this thing underway.
So we also hear that you're a big hockey fan, all the way from Australia. So what can you tell us how that all started? What is it about?
A Canadians fan too.
But yeah, I know.
Canadians. Yeah, you left that out. I'm shocked that you left it out, Bergie.
I was going to get there.
That's how nice Bergie is. That's how nice he is.
Yeah, exactly. Like a Habs fan. But let's just talk about hockey first, and then we can get into the Montreal Canadiens after that. But like, how did that all started, and what is it about hockey that you love, I guess?
Yeah, so my wife was a figure skater growing up and spent some time in Canada. She's like, look, you need to watch a man's sport. So you need to watch something where they can drop the gloves, they have blades on their feet, all this fun stuff. And yeah, she's like, look, you got to do this. I spent a little bit of time in like Quebec growing up as a kid. Montreal's probably a good team, so she did that. Bad decision. And then we signed with Boston last year, so I'm going to get to this bit real quick before I get abused by these guys. But signed with Boston, and we ended up living in Beacon Hill. So 5-minute walk to TD Arena. Went to a couple playoff games. My wife didn't miss a single playoff game, and yeah, I've since flipped. I'm not afraid to lie. The fan base in Boston.
Love it.
Waiting for that.
The fan base in Boston, they're just something else. Like, I've always appreciated the Red Sox fans. And now being in the crowd with the Bruins guys, it's incredible. I mean, my wife, first day she ever went, sent me a photo of her in a bear hat. So Paul Musty, season ticket I was really doing right there.
So good.
I saw you played in a couple different hockey markets. Did you ever go to like Toronto Maple Leafs games and stuff, or no?
Went to the Leafs in Montreal gear and then was traded about 3 weeks later.
All right.
Yeah. And then went to a couple Blackhawks games. They did a bunch of stuff when I was going through treatment back in a couple years ago. So went to a couple of those. Got to see Bedard in some preseason matches, which is pretty special.
I mean, you've seen best of the best of like hockey town.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets. I mean, that's
that's pretty good.
I got really lucky. I got to open the door on Game 5 of I want to say 2017 with the Sharks when I played for the A's. Yeah, I've been very blessed in this game, and it's a fantastic vibe, and I love it. I get off on it every time. I watch every single Bruins game these days now because of NESN.
Love it. Well, it's gonna be harder for you to do that here in the next couple of weeks. You're back in the lineup, a couple years battling and grinding to get your way back in. You must be really excited. You know, a lot of hard work as we know, and behind the scenes to get your body to do it again. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's been a long road. Obviously, it's not the normal avenue a lot of guys take, even through most injuries. But look, it's part and parcel of how it goes. You get some curveballs thrown at you, you get some deflected pucks, and you battle them as best you can, and you go after it. So 2 years, this is my first spring training in 3 years, and I've had 5 games in the past 2 years. So I'm excited to get back out there, and I'll be the first ever Australian for the Boston Red Sox. So it's pretty pumped about that.
Wow,
That's sick.
Awesome.
That is sick.
Wow.
Will everyone back home be watching?
Yeah, because the time difference is a lot nicer over here. So it's 12 hours for me back home right now. So it's 7 o'clock game, 7 a.m. Both
Yeah.
parents are, mum and dad are both retired, so they can do that. And the good part is I hopefully will be towards the back end of the bullpen and 9:30, 10, so they get a chance to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah, the bars will be open by then. And then
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Australian culture is alive and thriving.
I love it.
That's awesome. Has there been a lot of Australian baseball players to begin with, or?
So I'm 31. I was the 31st ever. That's why I went number 31. And then there's been, I think, 38 currently. So I debuted in 11, and since then there's been only 7 guys that have come up since. But we just had the number 1 overall pick in the draft last year, Travis Bazzana. So
Oh, wow.
things are looking up for the Aussie baseball crew, which is exciting.
So, because there's a couple of guys from Finland that have been, I don't know if they've been drafted, but like the scouts have been over there because their arms, they play Finnish baseball,
Yeah.
which is like the pitcher throws the ball up. And then,
Yeah.
but they're in the backfield and they sling the ball like hard.
Send
so
it.
like the scouts have been scouting
Okay.
them. But I'm curious how, in Australia, how do guys get into baseball to begin with?
Yeah, so I started from T-ball at the age of 6. Just a friend group that we all knocked around with. They all went into T-ball, and I just stuck with it. And it was an off-season thing for me playing Aussie rules football. And so it never coincided with anything, and then just fell in love with it. I got really lucky that we had a really good anything in Australia, it's not like the US or I don't know how Canada is, but like it's all club-based. So I had my high school stuff, and then I had my football, which was through Sereno Duncraig, and then my baseball was through Wanneroo Giants, which is a different club. So I had different friend groups all over. So you kind of stick with them because you knock around with those guys, and ended up having a couple national championships that scouts would come to. They every year they'd send some guys out, and I got lucky. I wasn't even the best kid in my high school, and we had 2 guys that had played baseball before. So it was nice being the underdog in absolutely everything.
And do you go
to
back?
strive for them.
Do you go back to, is like Australia home still, or are you your wife, you here as a full time, or do you go back?
Yeah, we're in the States now.
Yeah.
I just got my green card, so that's hopefully
Congrats.
will keep
Yeah,
me
congrats.
in the country for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're in Arizona right now, which is, I'm bummed about that because there's no hockey there anymore, which is disappointing. But we're in AZ right now, and we love it. It's nice. The weather's great in the off season. I'm not dealing with the snow or anything like that, which is good.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Sounds like good golf. You're a big golfer?
Cannot golf to save my life.
No, me and you would get along well.
All the pitchers
Yeah,
golf,
I mean,
no?
I like you gotta
I
bring-
can spend a
don't the
better way.
pitchers
I
bring
can
the
find a better way
clubs
to spend
with them?
5 hours and just running through and being attacked by snakes. And then last time I played golf was the 2015 charity event for Jose Bautista, and yeah, that ain't it.
He says, all right.
Golf is not for us. Love it.
No, can't do it. It's some of the guys get off on it. They're watching the players this morning and all that stuff, but no, I'll stick with the sports where you can hit each other.
I love it.
What's the number 1 sport in Australia? Is it rugby or?
There's a few different. I don't actually know the number 1. There's Aussie rules, which is a different form of football. Rugby's huge, obviously. Cricket's a big one.
Yeah.
Now with the worldwide game going throughout India, and they've got a US league and everything like that now. It's that's getting up there. But I mean, soccer I think reigns supreme almost everywhere these days.
That's awesome. I don't know if you have the feed on your side, but
That sucks.
we just saw one of the players from Buffalo just ate one in the face.
Yeah.
He was sitting on the bench. That's a tough night. That's like, oh my God.
Backup
Never say
goalies
it.
know you got to be careful with that left-handed shot on that draw. You
Oh,
got
my
to be
goodness.
wide awake
Yeah,
because that thing can come.
I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, the first time I picked up a puck, I was like, holy. These things are just rock hard. At least the baseball kind of is a little soft.
Little give. Yeah, I'm sure the guy
Yeah.
when you drill him in the back's not saying
exactly.
the same thing with a 95 mile an hour heater.
We should
Yeah,
bring that back.
I've been hit
like,
by 110 before. It's not fun.
we should have him put the goalie gear on after the season was over. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like
That'd be
I am
beautiful.
100% in.
Oh, done.
100%.
We'll do it.
Yeah, we
100%.
we did, and I always want to do catcher.
Yeah.
See if I
Yeah.
can like catch.
Can
a
you
pitch.
actually find it?
Yeah. I'll throw to you, and then I'll get you guys to just hit pucks at me and see if I can break a hip or something.
Yeah, we'll get the NESN crew to film that because we
Could-
had.
Yeah.
How hard is it? How hard would it be for an average person to come in and try and catch you?
Probably impossible.
Is it impossible or?
No, I mean I'm like this. I don't. My stuff doesn't move all that much in terms of like sideways or anything like that. But mine is a little bit deceptive that wherever you think it's going to land, it's about 3 or 4 inches higher. So
wow.
if I get in the right spot, it's going to be tough.
So
but
wear a helmet
for the most
is what
part,
So
you're
someone's gonna eat. Someone's eating that then, right here, like right in the forehead.
Yeah, I played catch with one guy, and he ended up with a hockey guy actually ended up with C marks on his wrist from a ball that went low and then had a little ride to it.
Making me nervous. I thought it would be like the easiest
Now
thing
you're gonna
ever.
wear your whole goalie gear just
No,
to do
for
that.
sure. I'd want to see that too now.
Oh
The
my
gloves are a little smaller.
That's true. That's true. But because years ago we had the Pats guys. I think it was. Remember when they came?
Yeah, it was Patrick.
Yeah,
Chung.
He
Chung,
came,
he went on the
and
ice, yeah.
maybe both or one of the McCourty brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
right.
came and skated. Oh my! It's so funny.
Patrick's actually a pretty good skater.
He was pretty
Yeah.
good, but like, it's
Yeah,
It's
my
nice.
wife refuses to teach me how to skate yet because my knees damn near touch together when I'm standing upright. So I'm on the inside of the blade, which is not good.
Yeah, it's an off-season one.
It's not easy
Yeah.
to pick up. Like skating is definitely.
but that would work for goaltending. Like if he's
Yeah, that's right. It was
he's
just
tilted already. Yeah.
You only,
Yeah.
That's perfect goalie position.
Well, I
Going
did
inside
just
in.
actually before I left for the spring. I put up a 3-car garage. I took everything out of it and threw down some fake ice. So I got some polyglide out there. So I'm gonna be working on that and the wrister and all that sort of stuff all the off season.
Oh, sick! I love it.
Yeah, got my hockey gloves down here that I only use for the cryo chamber. But
Oh yeah.
What's your routine on the road? You baseball guys, obviously. You know your 10-day road trips, lots of downtime. I hung out with all the baseball guys in Toronto when I was there. The Blue Jays. I was up there for a couple years, and I know there's a lot of downtime. What's your routine on the road?
I wake up and like it's a little different. So we don't have morning skate or anything like that. We just when we go to the field, we're there for the rest of the day. So usually buses around 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll wake up at 8:39 and just whatever city we're in, especially if it's a cool city, just wander around. So I'll go pound about 4 or 5 cups of coffee while just walking around the city and just kind of get out and see the sights a little bit, but also keep the blood flowing a little. Or else you know how stagnant you get in a hotel room. It's just
Yeah.
there's only so many shows you can watch, so many books you can read. So
So you get there at like 1:30 for like a night game, like a 7 o'clock game.
yeah, so usually
wow.
buses anywhere from 1:30 to 2, depending on how far away the hotel is, and then we're at the field the entire time. So I usually have stretch around 3:50 or so. Batting practice comes in after that. Then you go inside, shower, get ready for the game, have some food, and I get into my pregame routine, which is just pretty much sitting in the hot tub.
I like that
Watching the
routine. That's a goalie routine.
Oh my God. That's a
Very
lot of
similar.
downtime and like a whole lot of doing, kind of like.
Yeah, hanging. And
Yeah,
then,
you can get into your own head a lot.
Yeah,
yeah,
mentally it
it's
must be
mental,
very
huh?
challenging,
It's
for sure.
mental.
Yeah,
Especially
I
'cause you
get
don't
off
know
on,
if you're
I
gonna-
read a lot. So
Yeah, you don't know if you're gonna get in or not. So when you turn on that.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what do you have a good sense of the like? Of course, things change. You know, one inning changes. But do you have a sense of the nights you're actually going to go and ones that you're not very early in the game, or if you get locked into that, you'll get a surprise that's not good.
No, I like not knowing because I like the adrenaline rush that a phone call gives you.
Okay.
So I like, but there were certain times, like in Chicago, I always had, like, if I haven't pitched in 4 days, I need that 5th day. It's, I'm going to
Yeah.
rust before I wear out kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Other than that, I won't know. Like, there's games where I don't even know if I could be, it's the 8th inning and I've got the 9th inning and I have no idea until we score a couple runs and then it's
Go
rapid
time.
fire, get going.
That's incredible. I've always been so impressed with your schedule. 162. You know, it's to me it's crazy. You know, I look at your
Breakaway.
Go.
Oh, David.
I look at your schedule. I'm like, oh my God. You know, like how do you have time for, you know, for your family or you know what I mean, like, or to do like anything outside of like being a baseball player and like how do you manage all of that?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, any wife who's in this game, it's a lot on their plates, especially if like I've been traded a couple times. you pack up in the middle of the year, and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm on the road. I've got to go to this new team tomorrow. You're gonna have to pack up the apartment. We don't have kids, so luckily we don't have to deal with that. But like, if you have kids, you have to deal with everything to do with that. It's it's insane the amount of stuff that goes into it. But yeah, we the good thing is you get a chance to go to sleep every night with them when you're at home. You get a morning wake up. You don't have too often where you're like missing breakfast or anything like that. And I can have lunch with her every day, which is great.
Yeah, that's great. Do families travel with the team?
Yeah, some do. So it depends on the player. Like my wife she'll pick now. We've been in this. So I debuted in 2011, so I've been doing this a little bit, and she just now picks and chooses her favorite cities that she wants to come to,
depending on the hockey schedule.
Friends in that way.
Yeah, depending where the Montreal Canadiens play.
Nah, she's like she'll never miss a New York trip. That's not even a question.
Yeah, it sounds.
She picks the trip. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I bet LA's circled too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she doesn't quite make the Cincinnati or the Detroit.
Weird.
Yeah, it sounds similar.
Sounds about right.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, but the good thing is like so I don't know how hockey is. We like MLB guys, they get their own room in the big leagues, so you've kind of got your own space, which is great. Don't have to worry about roommates, which you do in the minor league. So if the families want to come, it's just like I put my wife's name on the rooming list, and she's on it no matter what. He shows up, she shows up.
That's sick.
Yeah.
How long were you in the minors for?
So I spent 4 full seasons before I got called up.
Okay.
And then spent 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. Yeah, up and down.
Got it. I think that's like one of the reasons why baseball and hockey guys get along or have a connection, because the other leagues don't have minor leagues. And the minor leagues, as we know, are something else. Like the way that works and the commitment and the belief you have to have in yourself to actually make the big leagues while you're in the jungle is it's amazing looking back on it when you actually do make it, isn't it?
Oh, it's insane. Like I call it's character building. So between the 12-hour bus rides where you're crammed up next to somebody the entire time, the rooming with guys, you've got to wake up for a 4 a.m. flight. Nowadays it's a little easier in baseball because it's a 6-day. So they'll fly into a city or drive into the city, and they'll have 6 days in that city, and then never have to leave.
Oh, yeah?
So they've actually got a better – and they get every Monday off. They've got it easy these days.
Oh, it keeps getting easier. It wasn't like that in 2009, was it?
No, when I couldn't – like my wife had to – she was working 3 jobs so I could have food. Couldn't afford it. I was in New Britain, Connecticut, and then Rochester, New York, and you just Rochester, like it's New York, so you get New York taxes, and you can't afford anything.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah,
lived in a hotel for 5 or 6 years.
Well, not the Four Seasons.
No,
God, no. The Rochester Plaza or a Clarion or a Red Roof Inn or something like that.
I'm sure I stayed there on a road trip to Rochester against the Americans.
This dinosaur barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Dinosaur
barbecue. I mean, so we walk across the other way to the parking lot. That's where the stadium is, and that's where I spent 3 years.
That's it's crazy.
Yeah, it's but as I said, it's character building, and you build great relationships because you're around the guys a lot, and it's it definitely makes everything sweeter when you get up. But we had the ECHL tier team here in Fort Myers, the Florida Everblades, and the Rochester Americans running around. I went to a couple of those games as well.
Yeah,
makes you appreciate everything, right?
Absolutely.
Grateful for what you have.
The juice is worth the squeeze, that's for sure.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, you're gonna win the trophy this year, and then we're gonna get you on the goalie gear after you're done.
After the duck boats.
That's the plan.
Visualize the duck boat, and I've already got permission from my wife. If we do it, I'm doing the Jake Peavy thing. I'm buying the damn duck boat.
Oh,
we're gonna have that in the garage.
Well, you got to give us a ride on it then.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I don't think it'll quite fit in my parking spot in Beacon Hill.
That might be a little challenging to park.
Yeah.
That was one of the better stories when he bought it. Oh my!
That's sick, huh?
Yeah, I sat next to him at an award ceremony. At the end of 23, and it was like he apparently tried when he went with the Giants. He tried to buy a city tram there, and they wouldn't let him.
Oh yeah.
The guy's an absolute riot of a human being. He's fantastic.
It is awesome.
Jeez.
It was a black tie event, and there's just me and him giggling in the corner the entire time at the front table. Devolved real quick.
I love it. This is a quick period, by
This
the way.
is flying.
Has there
So
been a-
by.
Yeah.
we appreciate you staying on, Liam. We're not getting any commercial breaks, so it's
I was watching the game anyway. This is great.
beautiful. Really appreciate it.
And he scored.
Oh, and they scored.
God damn it.
Oh, man. Good shot, though. A bullet.
That was a rocket.
That was a good play. It was a big seam, though, by
Another big seam, huh?
Bruins forwards there.
Owen Power, first overall pick a few years ago, the Buffalo Sabres. Big D-man. There you go. Right on cue. Career high goals.
7 goals. Oh, gotcha.
Do you feel like he's lived up to the hype that around him?
I mean, first overall, right? It's tough.
It's a lot of pressure.
But you're in
Yeah, it's a
Buffalo.
lot.
Nobody-
You're in
Yeah.
Buffalo,
Yeah.
too.
It's been some tough years collectively, so it's probably hard for him to.
Yeah.
But he's definitely got a lot of talent. Great player.
He ripped that short side.
That was nasty. Yeah, I'd never want to be a first overall pick. Yeah, the bonus would be great, but just the pressure. It's just
No, the pressure's a lot.
the pressure.
too many
The
guys
amount of
can
people
handle
that come out of the woodworks expecting you to do be a Hall of Famer from day one. It's just it has to be hard
it's
on
a
these
lot.
kids.
Well, and you know what, Liam? Even in hockey now, the bonus isn't that good anymore. Anyways, you get the same bonus as everybody else. That the rookies get really pooched here in the NHL.
No
right
crap.
now. Yeah. They don't. The first overall would get the same as 200th overall if they sign a
Yeah,
contract.
it's all the same.
It's all the same.
Yeah, between that
Crazy.
and escrow, you guys are getting screwed.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Cap's going up. Cap's going up.
I
Still
know,
not
I'm excited
baseball
about
money,
that.
though.
Not
Yeah.
big. You baseball guys.
You got to figure it out.
100%.
Well, tell me about it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I was a reliever, so I'm like the last piece you kind of add in with my deal in Chicago. And I'm sitting there like, we can max contracts. We can, like, you look at Soto's deal, he got $765 million.
Yeah.
And you guys are capped at what? Capped at a bag of peanuts and free washing machine.
Exactly.
Not really. I want to say that to everyone. I'm not an elitist. No, but it's crazy. Like, I'm happy the cap's going up. These guys, some of these guys, especially what they deal with on a day in, day out basis. And I mean, hopefully your dental care is pretty good though.
Yeah, that's gotten better anyways. They take care of us for
Yeah.
the most part in that way. What's it like playing with a guy who's going to make $700 million? Like those deals, like does everyone relate? Like, does that guy buy dinner all year? What's the deal with it? Like, that's like, again, it's just mind blowing for us to think about, I think.
Yeah, from what I understand about him, it was never about money, so I don't think it's going to change the way he goes about doing things.
Okay.
There's some guys who are like, oh, they're a free agent, so they're like, oh, if I get 2 more hits, I can get extra amount of dollars or anything like this, and those tend to be the guys who don't really get the money. It's the guys who just play the game because they love the game. And you do he better pick up dinner, that's for damn sure. But like we would do bullpen dinners in Chicago, and so pretty much I picked up everyone. That's a bit what the veteran does. You teach these young kids, and then hopefully at some point when they're starting to make a little bit of coin, they're the ones who take everybody and they pick it up and take the boys out for a nice steak wherever you can.
Got it. So bullpen guys stick together. It's kind of like a defense group or a offensive lineman type thing. The bullpen guys are doing their thing.
I mean, we're stuck with each other for 9 innings and for 162 games, and we're like 350 feet away from everybody else. So it's we're kind of in a lonely little island out there, but we take care of and whenever I do it, it's always bullpen catches as well.
That's where I was gonna go.
That's our thought, like the bullpen catcher.
I'd love to go on a road trip and be the bullpen catcher. Even the guy who carries the bag
guys
out.
in the clubhouse.
Huh?
Hardest working guys in the clubhouse.
Okay, love it.
So like you see all the baseballs, they're all the ones that are rubbing up the balls. They're doing all the work. They're the grunt work, and most bullpen catchers are being a catcher so they can move into maybe a front office job or something like that. So they're pitching, scattering reports, analytics. They're in everything. And
Got it.
Wow.
Liam, we're just going to break. We finally got a break. We'll be right back after this with Liam Hendrick.
Sounds good.
We are back at Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet. Longest stretch of no whistles, no breaks that we've had the entire season. Unfortunately, we had Liam Hendriks here to entertain us. It wasn't just the three of us knuckleheads talking the whole time. So, Liam, thank you so much. We got to get in your charity, Hendriks Heroes. Please tell us all about that, how we can support it, all the great work you guys are doing.
Yeah, so my wife and I started up. We've been looking for a name for a while because we've done a lot in the community. As far as generally first responders, military veterans, animal rescues, and all that sort of stuff, and now cancer research. Well, obviously with my background, but we started up Hendriks Heroes, and we bring out cancer patients, whether former, recovering, current. They're coming. We get them out to the field. We do it every road trip, every road series. We do it every homestand. But it's just something that we have been given an opportunity. We've been blessed with what I've been able to do for a living, and you just try and give back as much as you can. But my wife is currently on the board for the Lymphoma Research Foundation. Oh, wow. She's doing great work there. She's currently being added to the board of the NECHV, so that there's a facility down there in Beacon Hill that we both volunteer at as much as we can. Just handing out food to veterans and making sure everyone gets a hot meal, everyone gets served. And yeah, it's the little things. It doesn't take too much out of your day. It doesn't do too much, but it can completely change someone else's life. It's just being a nice person.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. I mean, we just talked earlier about your schedule and the fact that you take the time to do that on your busy schedule, as we said, the amount of games that you play and everything. It's very impressive and noble. So congratulations to you and your wife.
Yeah, it's like last year we hosted every single person in the stadium. So we every concession stand worker, every usher, every anything like that. We brought them upstairs after a game one day and fed the lot of them. And it's just the little things like that they go unnoticed. But if they're not there, these things don't run. It's incredible the amount of effort and work that goes on behind the scenes that don't quite get the recognition they deserve.
So true. That's awesome that you guys do that.
And the shirts we got are extremely comfortable, which is great. But we're currently going through the process of setting up a website so guys can look at what we donate. We don't want to necessarily start up our own foundation because we want as much of the money going towards these places as possible without any administrative fees or anything like that. So setting up a website to have everything that we've done linked on there so they can head out and check it out and see, like, you know what, whether you want to sponsor somebody for the Boston Marathon, or whether you want to just go on there and be like, look, someone I know is going through cancer. Can I donate to a research fund or something along those lines? So running up those avenues where it's an easier access to get it, because it's a question you get asked a little bit, but now we actually have an answer.
Love it. We'll start when you guys are in the playoffs, the Bruins are starting back up. We'll wear them here on the couch.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
We're in.
Absolutely.
Get the Bruins guys involved for sure.
Yeah, we'll make some black and gold ones because one, it's my state color as well. So I grew up in Perth, Western Australia, and every sports uniform they have for Western Australia is always black and gold. So
love it.
It's color close to me.
It's worked out.
Oh yeah.
What's back to like the 162 games, the pace. Like, how do you pace?
We can't get over
how
it.
do you get excited? Like knowing, of course, game 1 to 20, you're excited the season starts, but just that mental grind of, game 101. Like we talk about the grind of game 57 in our league on a Tuesday night or a Monday night. Like these games can be sometimes difficult. I'm just curious, working the bullpen in game 103 on a Wednesday night. What's the mentality?
It gets grindy. Don't get me wrong. It gets grindy, but I think for me, it's the competition level. So it's like you're competing, and it's whether it be game 1, whether it be game 162 or anything like that. It's August is obviously one of the harder times of the year because we're about 120, 140 games in, and it gets a little grindy, but I love the competition. It's you're battling against somebody, and for me especially, it's one-on-one. I'm going out there to try and embarrass that guy's family, and it's when you go out there and I'm a slight amount of a psychopath on the field. Like I can joke around and do this, but when you get me on the field, I'm more likely to cuss you out and start yelling at you than give you a smile.
Oh yeah, I actually heard about that. Like maybe you Tuukka said something.
We're going to go to commercial. Now we're going to eat up all these breaks. But yeah, I've got now we've really opened up Pandora's box. I've got a few questions. We'll be right back after this with Liam Hendriks.
My God.
Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet, is back. Boston Bruins, Buffalo Sabres, tied 2-2. Probably the fastest period in the history of the National Hockey League is being played here in the Garden this second period. Tuukka, Patrice, the linesmen, the referees all have reservations after this game. We're ready to get out of here as fast as possible. Casey Hudson's on the desk. Hashtag NESN Views. Send her questions. And, of course, we've had Liam Hendriks here, Boston Red Sox pitcher, on for our entire second period. And as we were just going to break, we just started to crack open the mono-a-mono competition. Bergie's got a few here. I want to know who you love going up against the most. And on the other side of it, as goalies, we get asked this all the time. Who hit the hardest baseball, the farthest that you've ever been hit?
Oh, the hardest I've ever been hit. I mean, I gave up a homer to Aaron Judge in the playoffs in 2018 when I was with the A's, and the mound was shaking. That's how loud the stadium got. It was intense. I don't know if it's the hardest one I've ever given up, but it was definitely the loudest.
Awesome.
And who do I love going against? Anyone I've played with.
Yeah.
You get that. Yeah, you get that little no, I'm gonna beat you, and I know who your wife is. I'm gonna make her not want to come home to you tonight.
Competition, I love it.
That's great.
You talked about like cursing and kind of being a bit of a snap show on the mount. Like, we have this guy over here. He's definitely one of those guys. I feel like you could get along very well. He had one of those meltdown moments in the American League, actually, in the minors.
Yeah.
And it was pretty special. So I'm sure you guys could definitely
share some stories.
Yeah, share some good stories from that.
I had one in front of camera, and then I kept it inside the locker room after that. I didn't need to be in the news after that.
You can go online and find it. One of Tuukka's finest moments.
Yeah.
I may have got asked about a stick snap earlier today, so.
There's milk crates being thrown,
sticks,
and bottles and
lines,
sticks. And
trying to take a referee's head off with my stick.
Yeah, but I gotta keep away from milk crates, because I kicked one when I was in Perth. Had a bad start with the local team down there, and my foot got stuck in it. And when you're angry, trying to get your foot out of a milk crate, it's really hard.
That's funny.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to let others. So I actually do it for a purpose. Like, I'm screaming at myself generally, letting everyone know that I threw a bad pitch, so that way the next time it almost takes the weight off your shoulders. So all of a sudden I can nut that next one and be good to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a mind game, right?
Yep.
It's a mind game.
When I started screaming, I stopped sucking too, so it kind of helps.
Ian Mitchell taking a tripping penalty here with 7 seconds left here in the second period. So the Bruins have a kill for 7. Start the third period shorthanded. Liam, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah,
you made this
awesome,
second period so enjoyable.
I'll
Good
turn
luck.
the pitch clock on.
Good luck this season. Of course, we'll be watching. Can't wait to get to Fenway.
Yeah. See you
Sit down
opening
the
night. I'll be
bleachers.
there.
Exciting.
Love
yeah.
it. Love being in
Appreciate
the
it, guys.
ballpark.
Well, opening night, let us know. We'll get you down to meet some of the guys. We got some hockey fans in the crew, so all the more better. And I need a signed jersey and a ball and some stuff from you guys anyway. So add to my little collection.
Love
awesome.
it. That's
Cool.
easy to do.
Do it.
Super easy to do. So, again, as the Bruins finish off this period, thank you, Hendriks Heroes. Please, once you get those shirts, once you get the website, let us know. Thank you for all the great you and your wife are doing here in the Boston community. We really appreciate it, and we really appreciate you coming on and
Good
spending
stuff.
an hour with us.
Best of luck, and we'll see you soon.
No, I appreciate it, guys. This is the blast. I can't wait to actually get back out there and head to a couple games as the season winds down.
Awesome. Thanks.
Good stuff.
Welcome back into the NESN Studios. Unobstructed Views presented by Coors Banquet. 2-2 the Boston Bruins and the Buffalo Sabres all tied up after 2 periods. Tuukka, Rask, Patrice, Bergeron, Casey Hudson are at the board. I'm Andrew Raycroft. Gang, what do we got going at the whiteboard? The infamous whiteboard of Unobstructed Views.
I've only been
Good
here for
luck,
part
Patrice.
of the infamous
Good
stuff.
luck, buddy.
It's time for some blind ranking, and then who better than one of the best centers to give us a two-way center ranking of guys that are currently still playing. So, Bergie, we're going to put you in the hot seat.
Okay, let's go.
We're going to throw this at random. I might change my mind a little bit, and thankfully you've got the marker to write. So let's get things going. Let's start with Jack Eichel.
We forgot about him.
The Vegas Golden Knight.
Okay. I'm gonna go right here.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, you guys are just saying that now. It's just
We're in the
reaction.
peanut gallery here,
I feel
bud.
like they're just trying to add to it. I'm going back and forth on this one. I'm going to jump around. I'm going to go to Braden Point.
Okay. I like points game.
All right, you've left some interesting spots open.
Well, I'm hoping that.
All right. Barkov. Let's see
Okay,
where Sasha
okay.
lands.
He's number 1.
Knew that one was coming in hot.
Of course
That's
he's
R,
finished.
by the way, but yeah.
All right, this is getting good. Heischer. I'm going to throw him in.
Okay, now you got me.
Not better than Eichel, is he?
Hoping that Kopitar is coming in one of those names. Hey, now I'm in the black.
I was like, where are we going to go? And then
No erasing.
You could have just put him, all caps. There we go, you're close. Close
I
enough.
tried.
Okay, Connor McDavid.
Oh,
Well, I guess he's number 2.
Has to be.
good job, Bergie.
Yeah, it's
All
pretty
right.
No one offended. Good job.
Yeah,
You
not
feel
easy
good
to
with
do.
this
right?
list?
I mean, I'm good with it. Yeah, I mean, all great players. It's just, I guess we can argue that you can, mix and match, I guess, the numbers here, but all amazing players, and yeah.
I think we kept it safe. This is a good one. Let's see what you guys think over. You can still chat with us over at hashtag NESN Views. Ask the guys some further questions. See if Bergie's going to stick with this list here, or if you missed anybody that you guys wanted to see.
I wanted to see Kopitar.
Yeah, you had that lined
Yeah,
up. in
I
your
had
head.
it
You
ready,
did.
yeah.
You did have it ready.
McDavid didn't even cross my
No,
mind.
me neither. Tricky.
I like that.
Yeah, thanks, Casey.
Good work. Let's see the Bruins work this PK now.
Yeah, I need a kill. Need to find a way to win here before going on the road.
How many games? The 5-game road trip or something?
Yeah, it's a long trip.
Long one, huh?
It's a long trip because they hit Detroit on the way home, right? So,
Oh,
yeah, that's the,
Coming back from Vegas?
yeah. 3 California games and then Vegas and then Detroit on the way through. It's a long trip.
yeah.
Detroit will be a big game, too.
Yes.
Depending where they're,
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be
100%.
very-
Like, hopefully it is. Like, make it
Yes,
a big game by
exactly.
winning this period here. Good job. There, that's Corpy can come out because there's no
Well, I was
seam
just
pass.
thinking that,
and
yeah.
Take the extra step.
Yeah, he's kind of outside the dots, but he can shoot the puck, though.
Yeah,
You can rip it.
That's the thing.
Anything that trickles out, there's a 4-on-2
Yeah.
as well for a rebound. So, well, you definitely know the shot's coming, right?
Yeah.
They're all at the net, so there's no
Yeah.
passes coming.
Yeah, Yoki Hardy played it smart. He took the kind of like the wide side away there.
And these special teams, right? They like with all the new players, the penalty kill especially is so much built on chemistry and reading each other. When you have 2 or 3 just one new player, let alone 2 new guys running the PK, it can be difficult. You can get caught in different places
Yeah.
where you're too late.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time to establish that chemistry, especially when you're so used to, killing with someone and the tendencies. So, yeah, it's a lot of communication and I think the worst is when your penalty kill is trying to be aggressive
Yeah.
and you have a new personnel. Then it's like, okay, like some people are a little late on on the kill or on the step ups and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I think it makes a big difference there.
And to that point, like hockey's hockey, but the league has a lot of nuance, right? Like each coach, each team does things just different enough that it's a big change, to your point, whether, how aggressive a team is or when they're aggressive, this is the out. It changes for every different team and the way they look at it.
I always like to kind of like talk with the D about the plan, kind of like, I'm with them.
Yes.
Like, okay, do this. Like the forwards kind of like run around a little bit more, but like the D, like, hey, listen, like I'm back here, so like if there's a breakdown, don't start running around because like I'll try to have you back.
Yeah.
Give me the shot,
Give me Ovechkin one timer.
Yeah, give me that. I want it. I want it.
Backdoor seam. I want
No,
it.
that's like, hey, listen, Quater, whoever's, you got that.
Yeah, you take that.
Yeah. You eat that one.
Seemed like Lori got a high hit there and left. Went back for hopefully
Not too
nothing
many
serious,
repairs.
but yeah, not too many repairs, but.
Oh.
What about our stars of the game, boys, so far? Are we off again?
Yeah, we're off right
Oh,
now.
way off.
We are way
I
off.
don't think we've.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
we've watched a little less hockey than usual tonight, but I haven't seen too much of any of our guys.
No.
It's been the top line.
Yeah.
But that was not my goal anyways. I just picked him because I like the name.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
the name.
you won already.
Exactly.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Stick.
Stick.
Stick. Wow. That's a high stick.
That is a high stick. How they miss that?
Sway's got a new haircut.
Yeah, that's why he's doing that.
that's
huh?
Oh, that's why I went with no hat.
For sure.
He knows someone's. Yeah.
Oh my.
It's like my son. My son got a haircut yesterday, got a big 37 on the side of his head.
Oh no.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He was rocking it at school. He was so proud.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my God.
You must have done that as a kid too. No.
Buddy, did you see I have like a bowl cut
I did see the picture.
for the Pee Wee tournament. No one wanted to let me know that
Oh,
that's gonna.
where's that picture? Oh, we don't have that picture. We can't. That was.
Oh, you can find it easily. It's just it aged poorly. Let's put it that way. Can I say it was a style back then?
It was.
Yeah.
So you
It
definitely could say
100%.
that. 100%. Canadian style. You get a haircut once a year, like the first day of school, and that was it. That's all.
Picture day, right before picture day, and that was it. Yeah, it seemed like everyone got that hat.
Yeah, they gave the hats out. He's
I
definitely.
think I still
should've-
have that green jersey at home.
Those are good jerseys. That would be one to keep, huh?
Yeah.
That's a cool jersey.
Keto better not know. Keto's gonna come get it from you though now.
A warm-up jersey signed for the kids. No, I'll take them.
What about Ovi, the great chase right there? 8 goals to
8
go.
goals. They're here April 1st.
The rumor is there. Yeah, that might be
It's
it.
right there.
That might be today.
That might be the day.
I mean, he's gonna be. There's a great chance he's within 3 or 4 coming into
He's
the
been.
It's
I am
ridiculous,
so
huh?
impressed.
Holy smokes!
I was like, it's next year. You know, he's gonna get it, but like next year.
yeah, he's gonna limp into it.
Yeah.
It's
How
been
much
the
did he need it
opposite.
this year? Was like in the 40s, right?
Yeah, 42.
Incredible.
Yeah,
And he missed.
and he missed 2 months.
Yeah.
Or a month and a half.
Exactly. When he got hurt, I was like, well, it's
Like he still has a chance not only to beat the record but do it in less games than Wayne.
Oh no. Oh no.
really?
Yeah,
Wow. Even more impressive.
yeah.
By the way, I think last broadcast we were thinking how many goals is it? It was 894.
Yeah, we said 74, didn't we?
So
Maybe?
that's what I was thinking. Like, does he go for
He gets
900?
to 900.
You know, because that would be.
He probably will try at that
He's-
I
point.
feel like he's gonna have one more year, right?
Like
Like
he's gonna.
Yeah.
next year.
We're joking that he's gonna ride off to the sunset after that goal, but
Yeah, it
you're
does.
right. He's going for 900.
They have a good team. It's probably been so much fun this year.
Come on, Casey.
Yeah. Oh,
Nice. Great play.
great play. Really good play. Game keeps flying along. Big kill by the Bruins at the start of the period. 2-2. Third period, unobstructed views. "13 minutes, 58 seconds left here in the third period. Boston Bruins, Buffalo Sabres. We are here on the Jordan's Furniture couch here at NESN Studios. Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet. Looking at the Bruins' next 5 games, fellas. Talk about that road trip. Always fun. Always the first thing. One of the first things you look at is the Western swing.
Yes.
And looking forward to get out there. Different having it so late in the season.
I know. It's very different.
Usually it's a little bit earlier in the year. You get together with everybody. This one, they got a lot of days off too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2 days. 2 days in LA
Wow.
or in Cali, Santa Monica somewhere. So they're gonna get some good weather.
I mean, there's been seasons that you're solidified your playoff spot, so you can kind of like enjoy those days off. But like now you're in the hunt, and you're
yeah, it's
just
different.
thinking about how
different
every
vibe.
point
24.
you can get.
Well, 2 points tonight will go a long way here
Yeah, they would.
to be in that hunt still.
I feel like we'll say that every game, right? It's
Yeah.
one of those things where
Really is. It's really important for us to get back to 500 here.
Yes,
too.
it's more about,
let's
our
talk
record.
about being about us at this
talk
point. You guys better find a way. Might not bring us back.
come on.
Oof.
What's on the ice?
We get away with one
Broken
again.
stick.
maybe.
Yeah, a little slash there, huh? That gets called 98 times out of 100.
Especially when the stick breaks like that.
right in front of the net.
I think you called it. The refs have reservations.
Yeah, they'll be at Buffs.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Trying to get free wings.
They're watching. There's another one.
Yeah, that's
Rest.
even now.
Yeah.
You want me to jump in with it?
Good poise there. Case
Yeah.
little stat. I like that.
It's definitely in his game.
Yes.
He's got a lot of
certainly.
poise with the puck.
Yeah.
Makes plays. He wants to make a play.
Yes.
So the Bruins have 12 shots on goal.
Yeah, it's 19-12, huh?
That's.
Oh
no.
Oh, Jonas.
Did he save it?
Get a piece
Did
of
he
that.
get some of it?
I hope he did.
Wow, was he challenged? He got out the white paint.
Yep. That was Timmy Thomas style.
That was. I love it.
So are you happy with like that rebound as a goalie when you challenge, or it's like you have no choice but like to give up?
Well,
You got to get down the corner if you're like that.
yeah. If you're that far out, it's
Got to get it in the corner. Yeah.
you're in no man's land if you do make that.
Yeah, that's. But
Yeah,
it's,
you got a
Save
piece
that,
of it.
then
He tracked it really well, though. Like, he was on it. He's a little... Oh, just the elbow.
So
Cliffy.
That goes in the category of, like, you have to make that second save
Yes.
because you were out of position, right? It looks
Correct.
great.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
You need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It'll make the
also,
highlights.
the further out you are there, that rebound goes to the middle more. Like, if you're deeper in the net, it's easier to get it to the corner, too. It's kind of the only place you can put it, the further out you get.
So if that happens, it's like it's on you to make that second save. Otherwise, it's like you didn't play it well.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the Let's Go Bruins chant.
Yeah, they do.
Hear it?
St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day. The beer sails through the roof.
Whoa, that was a high flip.
Should we jump in with a tweet?
Yeah, good time to get to you, Casey. Hashtag NESN Views. You got a tweet, you got a question, send it in. What do we got, Casey?
I should let you guys know that the interwebs have put the bowl cut of Bergie out there.
Oh, yes.
That's fine.
That didn't take long.
I'll start by mentioning that.
All you just have to ask.
All right. But while we digest that, I want to hear from each of you, and so do the fans. What's your favorite vacation? Where did you go, and who did you go with? Bergie, we can start with you on that one.
Favorite vacation, probably honeymoon, went to Hawaii. It was incredible. Family vacation, though, probably we went to Nassau in the Bahamas this year. It was incredible.
Did you swim with the pigs?
No, we did not. I thought they were joking at first when they talked about that. I was like, what do you mean? Swim with the people?
It's a whole thing. You
I'm
can't
all
be
set,
terrified.
Yeah. All
Doesn't
set.
attract you.
Tuukka, do you have a favorite vacation?
I don't know if it counts, but Finland, every summer I get to go there for a month. That's my favorite. But other than that, I kind of, I really like Costa Rica. Went there with the family right before COVID, actually. So that was...
Did you feed the monkeys?
I did not feed them.
I'm going to find an animal for each answer.
Yeah, what's up with the feeding?
Well, Finland.
There you go. Razor, where'd you go?
We took an amazing vacation to Portugal a couple years ago. Absolutely loved it. The kids, we had so much fun on the beach, and so that was the great recent vacation for us. It was fun.
Big fan of that.
No animal feeding there either.
Before I even get there.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. This is probably going to come back to you guys as a whole, but somebody wants to know, has Bergie ever played goalie? Or would you give it a try now?
I tried when I was, in the minor hockey days. I tried one time. I've never really didn't enjoy it. Didn't have a good experience. I was like,
Bergie's
that's
smart.
it for me. Yeah. I'm trying these guys to put the pads back on, but it's not really.
No.
To get them to do it. Razor, Tuukka, did you guys ever try forward or defense or any other position?
We're trying right now.
We do now. No, I played forward for a few years before I went into goal. Wasn't right away.
I never played. I played like pickup hockey games as a forward, but never real games until my alumni days. Me and Razor line mates.
Till now.
We should have a shootout with you guys. Lead the way. The next one. Favorite Bruins memory ever? Tuukka, you want to get this one going?
I mean, Stanley Cup, 11, 100%.
Yeah, that's easy for you two.
Yeah.
Game 4 in Montreal, double overtime against the Canadiens. Beat them 4-3.
Yeah, big goal by
Glenn Murray,
Yeah.
the Maserati.
Oh, nice.
Patrice Bergeron, Sergei Samsonov, and Michael Nylander was dominating that line, was dominating.
What a roster to throw out there.
It was. It was a good line.
All right, this one's fun. Outside of media or anything, who do you guys keep in touch with, text, and communicate with the most that you played with?
I mean, mine is pretty easy. Marshy.
Archie.
Hal Gill for me, Skillsy. He bugs me way too much. It's a one-way text, just all the time.
Text.
Getting annoyed.
I got a bunch of guys. Sean Thornton, I guess, would be the one name that, if you only can pick one. Yeah.
You could only pick one. All right. We're going to throw another loop. You guys golf a lot. What's another sport that you would want to try out outside of golf and obviously hockey?
I was talking to Gigi earlier, and skiing is something I'd love to try eventually. I never got to really do it because of hockey, and now that I have time.
This is not like professional playing. It's
This
just
is
like
recreational?
Recreational. Yeah. I mean, I like that's a good.
That is a good
answer.
answer.
Snowboarding. Yeah.
I could
Skiing over
ski
snowboarding?
I could ski every week. Yeah, I would definitely ski.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because
Snowboarding, yeah.
Or
I feel like it's easier than snowboarding. It looks easier.
I used to snowboard when I was younger.
Yeah?
But I wouldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
The risk is way too high.
Yeah, it feels too hard.
I can attest to that. I rolled down a mountain, lost my goggles, my beanie, pieces of me, as well as my dignity. But I did learn how to snowboard by the end of it. I can guarantee you that much. You figure it out.
You'll figure it out, yeah, one way or another.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Would you guys try another professional sport?
Like try.
At a pro level, you know, Jordan did basketball and
At a pro level,
baseball.
like go embarrass yourself? Or?
Yeah, what would you feel
Yeah,
confident
yeah.
trying?
No,
Nothing. Baseball. I'll throw that out there for all of you guys.
no way.
I
Those
love
guys-
soccer. I mean,
Yeah, I guess soccer you could
maybe somehow.
somehow like get in the way, run,
Goalie.
Get in
Goalie.
the way.
goalie. I mean, you're not hitting a baseball or, you know,
I can
you're not
speak
playing
up.
football, that's for sure.
Yeah, limited options for sure.
We'll bring it back to the Bruins for a minute.
Oh,
Oh.
there it is.
Your boy.
Wow. UPL. The Finnish goalie
UPL,
showdown.
I like that's good style getting up too. All right, almost at the 5-minute mark here in the third period. Great chance by the Bruins. Unobstructed Views next.
I said that earlier that my kids were asking for a Marshy like Florida
Like I did too. It's
jersey.
the
I
first
was
thing
like,
you wanted.
whoa, that's way too early for that. You know, it's like just seeing that footage is definitely different. obviously, I love him so much. I wish him all the best, but it's definitely going to be different not seeing him with black and gold.
It is so weird that it hasn't even hit me yet. Really,
yeah,
'cause, like he hasn't
it's hard.
played.
That's where I was just gonna go. The fact that he hasn't played has made it a little bit odder as well,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like the scenario and hearing him talk and seeing him, but not really having it happen for real.
Right.
Definitely going to hit more, right, when he's on the
Yeah.
Anderson.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it's just the fact he played so many years. Like it's massive. I haven't had that kind of a trade in Boston sports since like when Brady left.
Yeah. And then
There's the Joe, like with
Nomar
Bruins,
for
like,
Red Sox.
Ray.
Red Sox.
Yeah, Joe was the last, Joe and Ray, and again, it's a deal that everyone it'll be talked about forever in Boston sports. Like it's one of those, one of the the handful that everyone talks about.
Absolutely.
And when we see him out there in the playoffs, it'll be
different, huh?
yeah, it will be.
You know what, Razor? Maybe like we don't have to answer any questions about our trade anymore.
No, I know. Thank God.
Maybe that's gonna like.
Believe me.
Yeah.
Finally. I could have
This is
used
what
it.
it took?
I could have used it 12 years ago.
That's awesome.
That's it. That's our trade. We got one more commercial, gang. Final five is cooking. Corpy's getting in the mix. We'll be right back with the final run. 2-2 Boston Bruins. Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet, is back. That was the last commercial of the entire season for our show, fellas. It's been a blast. Boston Bruins, Buffalo Sabres, 2-2. Casey, you have anything for us the last time we go to the NESN Views tweets?
I do. It feels weird saying that. It hasn't hit me yet. But yeah, on the topic of Marshy, you know that fans have so many questions, but we want to know some of you guys' favorite memories and moments. So, Razor, you want to get us started on that one?
Oh, geez. Well, of course, I don't have the same view of it. But again, I think of Brad, I think of 11 and watching at home and wondering where this guy came from and how he's such an influence against the Vancouver team that I was on the year before and how he was so in everybody's face. So, the vision of him, being in that playoff series, it sticks in my mind just because he came from nowhere, from where I was in the league.
Completely right. I think for me, it'd be there's a few. I think obviously winning in 2011, that goal he scored against Luongo on his off wing in Boston, top corner.
Yeah.
The McGregor. After the overtime goal against Columbus.
There's too many to pick from.
Oh, there's so many. I mean, obviously and for me, there's the off ice, all the stuff that can we say the licking in there? Like, no, we can. No, but like everything that that he stands for. I mean, he's gonna be missed for sure. You know, the energy that he brings, the personality that he has in the locker room. So many great memories of playing with him. It's been a treat, obviously.
Yeah, I think for me it was like, because we grew up together in Providence. We came up at the same time, spent some, quality time over there, and just those, when you're 20, 21, young, and not a care in the world, like we had some great times. And then to see him kind of develop into the player he became is remarkable. And I guess that if that counts as a memory, that's it.
It's not his white Escalade with the 24.
I was actually thinking of that too. I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad you did. I guess it's or his Lamborghini that he bought one year. Remember? I mean, so many stories.
So the story with that is he said he wanted to buy a Lambo.
Yeah.
His dad's like, "It's your first year in the league. What are you doing? You're not buying a Lambo." He's okay. If we win the Stanley Cup, I'm buying a Lambo. He's like, okay, if you win the cup, you're buying a Lambo. Sure enough. Win the cup.
I never heard that. I didn't know he had a Lambo. Literally his first year in the league, he had a Lambo.
Yeah, he was parking his car in I think it was South Boston. He was parking his Lambo out on the street.
And the Lambo was like from 1999. It wasn't like But this was after in Providence he bought the white Escalade and the rims were like 24-inch rims or something, like chrome.
He probably went in the car store or whatever, he's like, I want the biggest rims you've ever seen in your life. Oh my God, these things.
He spent he
one
signed
pothole the tire
all
was
of it.
exploded.
All of it. Yeah.
And then
There's no tire on the thing.
He bought when I had a car, he bought my car and I don't know, gave it to his mom or sold it to his mom. Something like that. He made me sign the. Yeah, see, stories just come out of that guy.
That's so funny.
He's the best.
That's so funny.
God.
You'll laugh.
But on the ice, there's so many clutch moments too.
Oh,
the
yeah.
overtime goals and everything he's been able to accomplish. He's one of the greats, obviously, in the organization.
I don't know if you guys saw what Buffalo almost scored there. Corpy made another great save. That was close.
He's been great.
That was close.
2 on 24. Oh, here.
This is That's 2-2.
Corpy, you want to work on your?
I mean, yeah.
You want to work on your goals against average. That's good though. It's like Corsi, right? For you guys, it's like another shot. Helps your, helps your numbers.
Helps the numbers. That's true. Just when you said that, it's been going pretty fast.
I know.
By the way, that the
bull,
last,
the bull gang's out there.
I hope I didn't jinx it.
We got a 28.
And now we get
got a 28 shot shootout coming.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. All right, let's try it again.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't pass it.
Go for it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you
need to get it. You should wait 3 on 3 and let her rip.
Did you see, was it Montour last week? They scored.
Yeah, I saw that.
What, 4 seconds?
Yeah, right off the draw.
That was a set play.
I mean, it was a set play, but I like that.
Yeah, go. The ultimate tie your winger up.
Surprised me.
Yeah, you can get guys sneaky like that, right? Off of overtime.
Yeah.
Just kind of waiting to get possession, bring it back.
Some people were saying he was cheating. Yeah, I mean, yes, in a way, but at the same time, he was playing.
Yeah, you're supposed. You're supposed to cheat.
He's on his toes. He's ready. He's waiting for that linesman to move a little bit. Then he's like, I'm gone.
Yeah. It's a bad feeling if you're the winger or the defenseman there.
Oh,
you know you're getting blasted in the video tomorrow.
That might be my guy.
That was my
nowhere to
kinda-
hide.
Well, the goalie told me not to back check, so I'm not going to back check.
I mean that goal, Corpy's play there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if he goes, you can bypass 2 guys, right? If you pass to the winger.
Yeah.
Because when people, they send 2 guys like that. And then your D doesn't have to
Get
eat.
smoked.
Yeah.
We don't need another one in the last minute either, guys.
No.
That Carolina stick
Yeah,
break.
that
oh
was.
my- let's go.
Oh,
Oh, that's the end of it.
Unbelievable. They needed 3 more seconds. All right, we're going to overtime. Of course we are. Unobstructed Views, last of the season. Why wouldn't we have overtime?
Better win it.
Better. Okay, the final break is done for Unobstructed Views, presented by Coors Banquet. Tuukka, Patrice, myself. We've got overtime here for the final time of the season. Casey Hudson's over on the desk. Thank you so much for all the work tonight. You've been cooking. Really appreciate it. And I think that you've done more than enough to earn a promotion next season.
I get to come back.
100%. You
I
can definitely
think so.
come back.
If we come back.
Yeah,
You guys are allowed
exactly.
to come back.
We might be the guests.
I was gonna say.
We'll be here for your show next year.
We'll make it a package deal. I'll come back if y'all come back and vice versa. But it's
Yeah,
fitting.
done.
Going into overtime, my first show with y'all, we went into overtime after Razor put me on the spot there. But
That's
thanks for bringing me into the fold, guys. It's been a lot of fun. I'll leave you with a parting gift. Fans want to know your favorite memory with Unobstructed Views thus far this season.
Oh,
For me, it was just hanging out with you guys. Honestly,
Love
it was special. It was fun.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, there we go. No, probably definitely the first one. I mean, we had the guests have been awesome, but actually pulling this off has been pretty cool. So the first one was definitely most memorable. That broken stick last game was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I thought about that one. Or maybe putting our earpiece.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that's the best part of
that's
my day.
probably the best-
Watching you two do that together is literally
I
the best
think-
part.
2-on-1 here.
Oh no.
Oh, Mike, no.
Nope.
No. Oh my
Oh
God.
no goal.
What are we doing?
What was that?
What?
Take somebody. Take somebody.
Like somebody.
He just put it back in.
Who saved
Yeah, he
it?
must have
Towards
just
the
put it
goalie.
back. Yeah.
Casey, my favorite part has been just the whole production here and hanging out with these guys, and finally learning how to put this in.
Pasta.
Who was
Pasta
Pasta making
save it?
goalie saves?
Wow.
Skate.
He does it all.
He does do it all. Post.
Don't
Never
give him
mind,
credit.
Pasta.
Yeah, no,
You missed it, David.
I think he would have had it though. He's skating.
Yeah, he looked for the old school skate save. Dodged bullet there.
Oh yeah.
Sure
Should
did.
have been it. Make them pay.
All right. Middlestad.
Yeah. Jokiharju.
Is Kustuninov?
You're going the wrong way.
He's not in there. Your guys are on the ice.
Yeah, they are. Oh, yeah.
You guys not on the ice?
I don't think so. I don't know. Is he a righty or lefty? I don't All right, get Pasta back out there.
Oh. You think they change the rule at some point? Where you have
Going
to
back,
stay,
I think so. I think they will.
Like in that play there.
There he is.
Oh.
Wow. Burst of speed right there.
Sure was. That was blocker all the way. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Need another burst.
Geeks, how do you play defense? Let's see.
Oh, Corpy. Big
Corpy.
save. Now you
Come
go.
on,
There's your
somebody-
guy.
That's my
There's
guy.
your guy.
Go.
He's flying.
fast.
Yeah, he is. You have no idea.
Well,
Oh, buddy.
did you?
Yeah. I noticed right away. Last few games, I'm telling you, that line was really good.
No. 2-on-1. There it is.
Go. Oh, my God. He's
Oh,
going to
that's too
score.
many men.
Buddy.
Oh, yeah, just take over there.
The net
Wow,
is
this is-
off.
Oh, they're going to let him go.
Yeah, they let it go. No.
No, now they're going to have a breakaway.
Take
Oh.
the.
Oh, my God.
Oh my
No,
God.
they-
Oh my God.
Belly.
What a. Now I can say it. That's a shit show.
Yeah, you
Use
did
my
it.
bomb.
You got
Oh
it.
my
You got it.
Jeez.
The beautiful game.
It is a beautiful game. Game of mistakes. No one could touch the puck.
He's like, what? I didn't trip him.
That's my guy.
That's your guy. He's
hero
coming
to
out of the
hero.
box with 9 seconds left to win it.
Kind of unlucky. He tried to play the puck first.
Yeah.
First, I said he tried. I mean, why?
Tough to argue that, though.
Yeah.
That's a good save.
Great saves.
Yeah.
How much time left? 2 minutes?
2:09.
Right. Oh.
Even that one, like, he didn't bite at all.
Oh,
No.
it was
That's
good.
good. The worst feeling as when
When you make a move and there's nothing
make a
there.
move and you know it's like, he doesn't bite at all. You have nothing else.
All right, Kells, draw it up.
Draw it up.
Coach Kells.
Z and Quater. Block the shots.
Yeah.
Bergie's the high guy.
There's our stars, boys. What do we got? Jokiharju +1.
Shot and
6-on-6.
blocked shot. Did they make
Six
that
face
up?
off.
6 isn't bad either.
100% on faceoffs.
Block
Yeah,
shot.
There you go.
Leagues change. You're getting
Yeah.
a star for block shot.
Oh, man. Pasta's rattled about something.
Yeah, he is.
They miss a call before that or something?
Well, the net came off. He must have wanted.
Or because then the Bruins touched the puck.
When as soon as they
I bet you
touched
Liney's
it,
probably went there and fixed the net.
I bet they did. Or if I'm, goalie might keep it off
Yeah.
until because then they can't score. What you should do, leave it off and then change. It goes the goalie. Too many men. Like go change your goalie out. So go 4-on-3 because as soon as Boston gets it, they got to blow the whistle.
Wow. Look at you outsmarting
That's smart,
the
huh?
system. Yeah. There's no way that'd be allowed.
They would blow the whistle if
Yeah.
they did that. Goalies are always smarter. That was a good pass.
If that was on purpose,
That was a
very
sick
smart.
pass, huh?
Jeez.
It's an aggressive 4-on-3.
Yeah.
Go. Aye. Now you're in trouble.
Surprised Thompson is not on his. Oh, there he is.
There he goes.
Oof.
Good save.
That was an odd play.
Yeah.
from the half wall.
Yeah, you definitely take that as a goalie, right?
Yeah.
Lindholm
like
played it well.
Yeah.
He did. He
yeah,
closed
they really
everything
did,
off, right?
He had nothing. Then he's on his back, so he
Backhand.
has
Yeah.
to go to Dahlin. That's definitely not how you pronounce that, but
Dahlin.
Dahlin.
Dahlin. Hey. I mean,
Number 26.
Ay.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, 2-on-1 there.
better get a face-off. You'd run back.
Yeah, the Z's got to go.
Shoot it
back.
out of bounds now.
Zach's.
He's going to have the stiffy
He
legs
can't,
the
yeah,
last minute
Can't
here.
go there.
Oh, boy. He's in trouble.
That's us from the Friday skate. That's what it
That
looks
is
like.
exactly what I look like. Straight back.
Dude.
Oh, my God. That was awesome.
They got it.
Did you see how fast he went like 2 shifts ago, though? Like, he was flying fast on the ice.
Oh, my God. Ah, that's too funny.
Ooh.
Yeah, he
Corby
had
was
him.
kind of playing that
He
pass.
was,
Yeah, he had him.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
there
the
it is.
fin just came out.
The fin is out.
He wasn't snapping on his door, was he?
He probably
I
was.
hope he was. That'd be awesome.
He probably was.
We were trying for that tuck play there.
One more kill.
Yeah, keep him wide.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Not perfect.
They played
Good
it well,
tip.
too.
They played it perfect. They gave up a wrister.
That's kind of, yeah, you get a,
That's
well, I'm not criticizing, but like as a goalie, you want to be as close to that guy possible.
yeah, right on top.
You could tell they were looking for tuck. Like,
Yeah.
they're trying to
Really shaft.
set up that play, that shot tip, and then, well,
Well, boys,
what does that mean for the record? Does that stay 500 for us, or
technically
technically?
2, 3, and 2.
Because
So
that's
not 500. But
Can we somehow
somehow we got to
finish math or something?
Oh, that's so unlucky.
a lot of those this year, huh? Like,
Oh,
off
it went
the shin
off.
pads. Oh, yeah. Yoki Haru.
Yoki Haru, you got Peace, then Tuck, and Corpy.
did it tuck?
Did it get Tuck?
I think it was going wide, wasn't
Yeah, I don't even know if it got him.
it? Just-
I don't think it touched him.
That's why Corpy's rattled.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
got
did.
a
It did. It was
stick.
going wide because
Yeah.
he blocked it. It was going
Yeah,
wide.
got a stick.
Yeah.
Valiant effort. Valiant effort there in the Garden. Valiant effort here
Yeah.
on the couches, boys. It was a blast.
That was awesome, yeah.
So much fun to hang out for 7 games.
Thanks
Thank
for the
you
season.
for having me,
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you guys for doing it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the season. We'll be back hopefully next year. Unobstructed Views,
See ya.
presented by Coors Banquet. Ciao.